Good morning. Well, this really is the highs and lows of the adventure of carp angling, and travelling around for 90 days. You've got to expect good things, you've got to expect bad things. Where I'm at now, it is lovely, a really beautiful lake, but my God, we've just had some serious rain. And out the front of my van, or the side of my van, it is like Glastonbury Festival on a horrible wet weekend. It is mud everywhere, and no matter what you do, you can't control the amount of mud that gets into the van, especially when you've got a little Muttley like this. Absolutely caked in it she was, and then she jumps up on my bed. Fucking mud everywhere. Yeah, look on the ground here, look, you can just see it's just wet, sloppy, fucking shitty. My steps going up into my van. Are the highs and lows of adventure and fishing. But do you know what? We've had rain constantly now, pretty much for the last bloody week. You know, you've had the odd few hours where it stopped. Luckily this morning it's not raining, and I think they've forecasted to have the odd shower today, and then throughout the week it's supposed to be I wouldn't say drying up, because it's not sunny, but it's overcast, but they forecast just small amounts of rain, so hopefully at least some of this mud and this water should disperse a little bit, because it's a little bit uncomfortable, but I don't really care, to be quite honest with you. There's nothing that a bloody bucket of hot soapy water won't sort out later on, and I get on my hands and knees and scrub my van. It's not the end of the world, is it? It's just a little bit a little bit of a pain in the ass at the moment. So I got my rods out yesterday, and because there's no not allowed any boats on here, no bait boats, no rowing boats, nothing, so I spent about 4 hours bombing yesterday. I probably put about 8 or 9 kilos of bait over each rod. I've only got a medium-sized spom. I did have a big one, but unfortunately I lost it on the last lake. And it's one thing that I forgot to buy was spare spoms. So I've got about 4 or 5 of the real small ones. I've got one medium one left, and that's it. But I've just upped all the fucking line and the braid, and I've got a 50-pound shock leader on there now as well. So hopefully I won't lose this one. So I put a load of bait out last night. Nothing to report throughout the night. I did have a run or a pickup. I don't know whether or not it could be bream out there. It wasn't a screamer. I'm just fishing stiff tinge rigs with little 15mm pop-up. If I do get plagued with smaller fish, then I shall up the ante a little bit and put on a 24mm snowman. It's got a good head of fish in it. There's a lot of fish in here, but whether they are in front of me at the moment, I don't know. The lake's actually really busy. Actually, there's I think there's about 8 or 9 anglers just on this bank alone. Anglers opposite me as well. There's not many other places you can fish actually, because I think the rest of the lakes are no fish zone, so I'm very limited on where I can fish. But there was fish out in front of me yesterday. It's a really shallow lake actually. I waded out about 40-50 yards, and it was in about 4.5 foot of water. I'm fishing one of my rods at about 100 yards, so it's just about 24 wraps it is. About 5 foot of water, so I'm confident the water's deep enough in front of me. In the margins, I've got one in the margin about 3.5 foot, and I think this is going to be a place where you just have to literally bait and wait. I'm planning on being here for a week at least, or at least until this mud fucking dries up. I ain't leaving until the sun comes out, because I ain't packing up in this. Not a fucking chance on hell. It's bad enough packing up when your gear's wet, let alone when it's wet and muddy. That's just makes it uncomfortable for the next location when you have to set up. So yeah, I'm just going to keep the bait going in on the same spot. So I'm not going to change anything. I'm going to change me rigs, I think. I'm going to go to a helicopter style rig, because although I was walking out there yesterday, it's probably about 2 or 3 inches of silt. And I'm fishing stiff tinge rig, so my pop-up should be sat on top of the silt. But I'm fishing 4-ounce leads as well, you see, to get out 25 wraps or 24 wraps. So it might well be that lead is sinking a little bit too much into the silt, and it might be taking the rig down with it a little bit. So I think I'm gonna change it over to helicopter rigs in a minute, and fish a little bit higher, a little bit further away from the lead, and then hopefully I'll get a nice presentation. We'll see what happens. But me and Magic, we're just going to chill out for the morning. I'm going to cook some breakfast in a minute. Magic's had her breakfast. Let me in my go. Hey? She is the best carp dog in the world. Look at my spot I got there. See, I got bit. Fucking bit right on the... I look like I won a council house. Yeah, bit right on the fucking forehead. You are not having a council house. Yeah, there we go. So, we'll see what happens throughout the day. Keep the bait going in, sit on my hands. Hopefully, we're not gonna have much more rain today. We'll see what happens. See you later.